What is up, fishing addicts? On today's video, we will be talking about one of the best baits that you can use during fall and cold water. I was new. This was the first year that I've tried it, and I do love it. I made some modifications to my umbrella rig junior. I believe that's what it was called. So when I got it, the original hardware was a little bit beefier. So I'm gonna just. I already made the changes, so I want to go over it. I have removed the um, big hardware. It came with a huge swivel and snaps and all that. So I have downsized it, and I tried it. I do love the umbrella rig. It is pretty cool. Um, Durability wise, maybe not the best, but I still love it. So what I've done with this is, like I said, I remove the hardware with the big swivels. I downsize it to smaller ones, and here are some of the upgrades that I have made. I started with this. I tossed it. It was pretty good. I use these are quarter ounce jig heads on the bottom, an 8 on the middle, which this one got the majority of the bites, 90% or more. These two hardly got any bites, so I have made my own, and pretty much it's the same thing almost, but the top in Illinois you can only fish certain amount of hooks, and that also is determined by the body of water if you're fishing. Like on Kankakee, you can be using that more than one or something like that. I know Kankakee has weird limitations, but Illinois River displays have more lax regulations. Like on Illinois River and displays, you can use 50 rods with 50 hooks on the bank and stuff like that. So I have, after fishing it for a day, determined the best way to do it and comply with the regulations is use these dummy baits on the back. So these are just for show, and these are my money makers. So I changed the colors to white, and on the bottom I'm using these are 3-inch baits with again 3-inch with quarter ounce head, jig head with owner. I forgot what they were called, but it's a owner hooks. They're a little bit light wire because during the cold weather, I notice if you're using a heavy duty hook, you do get um, a lot of missed bites. They come off from it, so I switched to light wire hooks, increase my hookup percentage. I don't have to set the hook on these. And for the middle one, the money maker, I'm using a 4-inch paddle tail with 1/8 of an ounce jig head. So it's a lot easier for me to cast this, and I don't really need, since I'm using uh, light jig heads. I can use my jig rods. I'm using my tow truck rod from Tricky Sticks, and it did pretty amazing casting it. I can cast it pretty far without getting a heart attack that my rod's gonna break or whatever, and it did hold up pretty well. But yeah, this is the way I upgraded my umbrella legs. This one I made it, as you guys can see. It has um, smaller swivels attached, and I use this type snaps because with the other ones, with the inlines or whatever, without the hook, they tend to, after a while, there's a chance of them undoing themselves and tend to lose a lot of fish at points and lures. Puffy, go away, go. Sorry, my hamster is attacking my foot. Uh, I use these white baits. They have a slight pinkish hue to them, pink purplish, and there's a lot of glitter. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but maybe I gotta get a light on this so it gets better. Uh, you guys can see it better, but otherwise, this is the setup that I like to use and how I use it, how I fish it. So I'll bomb cast it. I tend to use it anywhere between 4 to 12 feet of water, or 14 feet, let's say 14 feet of water, because some of the places that I fish are 14 feet of water. And I'll just cast it and I'll wait a couple of seconds. This rig goes down like a rock. So I'll cast it, wait a couple of seconds, and I slow roll it. And sometimes I just snap it. What happens is when I snap it, when the rig is going like this, like a chandelier, when you snap it, the wires tend to go smaller, and now they all group together, and it just go the rig goes like this, and it's pretty cool to see it on the water. I was looking at and implementing some actions to figure out what works best. Uh, let's see, you're getting bite in certain area, and you're reeling it and nothing happens, and you just jerk the rod a couple of times, and they'll aggravate the fish and they'll attack it. And for the most part, um, you get it on the middle hook. Sometimes you tend to snag fish. That's unavoidable. I have tried slow lowering fast. Usually it happens when you're going pretty fast, um, and you think you're getting bites, and you set the hook, and it was just going for the dummy hooks, and you snag it. It does happen. It's unavoidable, just like with the crankbait and jerkbait. It happens, and sometimes it happens with the jig too. When the fish should just slap on it or whatever. But overall, I love it. I enjoy it. I upgraded. I modified it so I can use it for smallmouth. I felt like the hardware was too big, too bulky. That's why I downsized it and upgraded to a better quality swivels and snaps. I will be using it again. Modified, like I said, I made my own. Um, just to give it a try because $14, 14.99 for umbrella rig that gets snagged a lot was harsh. So I went with the small premium hardware, so I can not I don't have to worry about it if I catch big ones. And this is the time of the year that you can slam on those big ones. They are all moving to shore. They're all chasing schools of shad or schools of bait fish. And umbrella rig is one of the best ways uh, to imitate that. I know the rig is banned uh, from tournaments in some series, but if you're fishing for fun, a lot of people are like, "Oh, no, the amount of hooks or that." Well, if you guys think about a crankbait has 6 hooks, two sets of 3 hooks welded onto each other. Umbrella rig is no different. However, you still have to obey the state regulations if you're fishing in tournaments or um, you're trying to keep some fish or whatever. Yes, on that part you have to. I'll strongly suggest you guys comply with the regulations and just remove the 2 hooks from top and put a dummy hook. But if you're fun fishing, I've asked DNR. Actually, that was last year. I asked him about the three hook jerk baits and umbrella rigs and whatnot. And basically, the DNR guy said, "Hey, if you're in a tournament, you gotta obey the laws. But if you're fun fishing, nobody's gonna come and bother you. Hey, you can't be doing this, you can't be doing that. After all, you're just catching and releasing the fish." And um, I don't know if that was the case, but like I said, I removed the top hooks to comply with the regulations, and it's a fun bait to toss around. And if you, especially if you don't need to have heavier jig heads on the bottom to sink it down. Even if you're fishing in 20-30 feet of water, it'll take like 5 seconds for for the rig to reach 14 feet or deeper. I was fishing at some point at 18 feet of water, 17 to 18 feet of water, and all I did was just cast, rip some line, and just let it sink, and it just, that thing just goes down like a torpedo down. And make sure you have two different colors. And I'll add a little bit chartreuse to the hook that I want them to eat, which is the middle one. And I'll just slow roll it and sometimes snap it if I'm getting bites, but they're not committing. When I cast and I'm retrieving, when I get to the area where I'm getting bites, I'll speed up a little bit, and I'll stop it, and I just rip it so that that thing just goes, uh, shrinks and then flares up. That's when I get the bites. It's a great way of catching multiple fish, and the biggest fish entices them to bite. So if you guys have any questions, jot down below in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button for more fall fishing videos, and also the walleye fishing is just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. And then I have narrowed down to some good tips and working on that video. Stay tuned for that one. But that's it, guys. I'm not gonna make the video too long. Let's go get our fix on.